Hello, and here we are at the end of week one of Write Along with Me, and we have been wool gathering this week. How did it go for you? Before I tell you how my week went, I want to answer a question that came up in the comments. Kathleen said, this work of gathering everything that we know about the book feels like a lot to do in a week. And it is. And so I just want to clarify that this wool gathering is sort of an ongoing project. What we're doing this week is finding a container for all the information about our book and starting to pull in what we know. And this is going to evolve as we do the next steps. As you start writing, you're going to realize, oh yeah, I've made this connection. I know that I want this character, or oh, this topic came up that I know nothing about, so I know I'm going to need to do some research. So it's definitely going to be an ongoing thing. Okay, so for me this week, I almost fell at the first hurdle because I did not account for the holiday. I did not account for the massive heat wave we had that just made it impossible to work for a couple of days or to work and do very much. And so I was worried that I was going to have to come back and tell you that I did not even manage to do week one. But that's not what happened. I did manage to get myself an hour or so back out in the hammock and thinking about this new project. And so what I discovered about my project is I decided on a place to keep everything, and I went for my digital notebook that I acquired this year. I've been traveling a lot more lately in the last year or so, and so lugging around physical notebooks has become a bit cumbersome. So everything is going to go in this little device. So I started pulling together. I found some old notebooks, some scenes that I'd written. I found some words of encouragement that I'd written for myself about the story that I wanted to write. But I started to think about what kind of book I want to write. And I really have a very clear vision of what this book wants to be, or what I want this book to be. Maybe the book will have different ideas. But I know that there are some things that I need to pull into this book. I really want a good twist. I really want to paint a very vivid world for the characters that I'm creating. I want to make a mystery within a mystery where my main character sets out to get answers to one particular thing and inadvertently digs up a whole other mystery. So those things I know. I've got sketches of my characters. I know the main characters that I'm working with. I have some very clear settings that I'm really excited to explore. And I'm also working with two timelines, so I get to go to those locations at two different times. And the other thing I started to think about was also like the greater world of the story, what's going on in the background. And for me, this second timeline is at a very transitional part of history where there's a lot going on. So I want to make sure that I don't ignore that that's all going on in the background. And as far as what I don't know, I was not surprised to discover that I really don't have a plot, except that I know that I'm going to send this main character on a journey of discovery of an actual mystery and, of course, self-discovery. I don't know much more than that at the moment, and I think that's okay. And I also know that I have a couple of worlds, one that I know a little bit about and one that I don't know anything about as far as an occupation for my main character that I'm really going to need to do some research for. So I'm just starting to gather together what I know about this book and what I need to find out. So how did it go for you? Did you make time to sit with your project for a bit and gather those ideas? Did anything new come up? Did you learn some things that you're going to need to discover? Leave a comment if you like, and I hope you will play along. And I will look forward to seeing you actually tomorrow.